Just couple minutes, I'm going to talk about something exciting for you, so you can just read my paper rather than listening to me so much. Oh. So, I'm talking about the 2025 Nobel Prize that was given to something called metal organic framework. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, it came here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this metal organic framework, and I want to just connect this to, these are the Nobel laureates. It's interesting, this is a diverse group. Actually, one is of Japanese origin, another is, of course, American, and the Omar is from Middle East. This is the metal network, organic framework. It has so much application. Basically, it acts like a sponge to pick up almost anything, gas, water, all kind of things. And since Bhojan Mantra has been already said, so I'm just going to move a little faster here. And I want to focus among all those things, this drug delivery system, something that I have been working using Bhasma of Ayurveda. And in this, when it just talks about how metal organic frameworks can be used, and they break the cell-cell tight junctions to deliver drugs. I mean, we have been hearing so much about Ayurveda cells, and I think yesterday there was some discussion about how the pores open. I think srotas, or there was some discussion about srotas, and I didn't have a chance to ask question, but the point I wanted to say about that is that this whole system is always in motion. And the motion is like moving the positions. That's how the motion is. So many times, the dynamics of whether it's protein or lipid or membrane or whatever it is, it allows to give that srotas. So I think there was some great discussion. I'd like to have that more. But here the same thing. You know, it finds this metal organic frameworks, find a way to get across. And so that is related to Bhasma, is what I wanted to talk about. Bhasma has had a bad name. It has been banned in the United States because it has metal, and metal is considered toxic. And I got started this thing because when we had Center for Indic Studies, I think Rajiv Malhotra mentioned the other day, and somebody found out that I'm a chemist, so they called and complained to me that how come Bhasma has been banned and you as a chemist are not doing anything. so this whole thing started from there. So I as a chemist, I started challenging Sanskrit people. So Bhasma means, they say, nistage. Bha means light or something that science. Chamak, as they call. Ma means to stop it. So what is light in metal is toxic. All that is true. The US government or some of the people who have been advocate of banning it, they are true, they're right. Heavy metals are toxic. So I converted that toxicity to as its signing. The metal sign, so that means it's toxic. And I had a student who did her PhD. She decided to do her PhD on this. Actually, we showed that this is not toxic at all. At the label that it is used, not toxic. I'm not going to go into detail, but you can just see there's no toxicity of the cells that we did. On the other hand, what we found, that it acts as a bioenhancer, the same thing that this metal organic framework does. And this work was done before, then of course 2025. Sirisa graduated in 2021, so she had already done, we have published the paper, we have even worked on the mechanism by which it works. So you can just see that there is a commonality. Now the only thing I wanted to talk about here is that how old this technology is and how it is metal organic framework. So this is Professor Girish Najha from JNU, and some of my colleagues in chemistry department at UMass Dartmouth. I got a team made here, David Mankey, Kathy Neto, Sivara Sapali, Maulin Guo, and Balram Singh, along with the Professor Girish Najha, to show that what is the composition of this Bhasma. And the technology is much older. You know, in Delhi there is a pillar The same technology. They used the same methodology to make that pillar that doesn't rust. It has not rusted for when was it, 1680 or something that was made, and it's still not, there is no rust at all. So there is, there is so much technology, and we are talking about Maharshi's knowing the quantum stuff that John Hagelin was talking about. He knew it instantly, whereas John probably spent an hour talking about all his quantum field theory to him, and he gave that idea. So there are certain things that come. A different philosophy, what I want to emphasize here, different philosophy. There is a philosophy, deeper philosophy, and you have to work on yourself to be able to connect yourself to the rest of the environment, or Brahmand, as you may call. So I just wanted to just talk about that. We did analysis. Again, it was done before this metal organic framework got Nobel Prize. Here is carbon, and here is oxygen, and there are so many other organic elements added to it. So this does qualify to be metal organic framework, and it is made, I know you cannot read it there, and that is meant to be not reading. So just so that you can accept everything I say. So this is Umesh Kumar Singh has been involved, some of you know. He is the one who got this sign intensity toxicity. And interesting thing is, I'm revealing to Asutosh, Dr. Asutosh sitting here, because I'm giving him hard time for the last week or so about his Sanskrit knowledge using my chemistry. So akshar, the word akshar means that something that cannot be destroyed. Atom also means exactly the same thing. It cannot be destroyed. So atom, actually, word comes from akshar, and so the chemistry is basis of all the material that John Hagelin would like to ignore because of his quantum field theory, but nevertheless it does exist. And so I used all that and said that Sanskrit is the science. So Astos is very happy, even though I gave him a hard time. This is my last slide. I know Bhojan Mantra has been already said, so I want to finish as soon as possible. I just want to tell you, this is a huge, Sasi Kejriwal is sitting here, and I've been telling him, last night we were talking about how to raise $1 billion for WAVES. Here is Bhasma, this nanoparticle is worth in 2016 it was $14 billion worth, and in 2026 it was supposed to be $51 billion worth. And just imagine, it's a knowledge system that we have, and we are not encashing it. So, and it can influence the whole thing, the other thing that I need to talk this afternoon about, how the village system or the isolated system like Maharishi University here can survive, and the environment can survive. But I just wanted to say, to thank this gentleman, Dr. Sastry. This whole thing, he came and showed me how he's an astrologer. He's not a chemist, but he makes Bhasma. He makes nanoparticle. And even he gets funded from the Indian government military service and others. Because he was able to, this is his organization, he was able to use this mantra, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. He interpreted differently. So he said, Trayambakam, normally people think Shiva. But Trayambakam means the Shiva has the blue color, right? When the copper gets oxidized, also has blue color. So he used Trayambakam as the copper. Yajamahe means alkaline soil, because some of us know that the रेह जो होती है ना इंडिया में, रेह की मिट्टी होती है, उसको मिलाना है. यजामहे सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम means you get some herbal materials like leaves and flowers or whatever. When you make all that and then when you use it, you become free from death. He used the same thing, and I did not believe. You can see my picture in there. And here he showed me first time I went there. He's in in somewhere in Andhra Pradesh. And when I went there, he showed it to me in 2 hours. So I thought maybe he cheated, something, because these Swamijis have this reputation. So I told him that I need to see everything that you do, not just show it to me that you did that. So this is the pictures that you can see. He showed me everything that I went there, when I went. And he just showed me how you can see. And I did see, I stayed there for 3 days, and it came out to be true. We are still trying, we are not doing that, Sasi Kejriwalji. We can think about, that kind of technology to promote for the world's benefit. And of course, then you have the economic and financial return also, and you can run the rest of the society. Thank you very much.